Cool, great to have this panel, and also great to have all of you to listen to this panel. So I'm YQ, founder of Allier. So we are building the blockchain infrastructure for all different applications, like basically providing like rollup, AVS, and also verifiable agent. So the first thing for all the panelists, probably we can start with self-introduction. Let's start with Linux. Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Lennox. I'm the Global Chief Commercial Officer of OKX. Yeah, OKX is the platform.
Hi guys, this is Sarah from BME Chain. I'm the head of BD of BME Chain. BME Chain is a layer 1 protocols that we have operated for over 5 to 6 years right now. So we explore more later with you guys on how BME Chain is doing now.
Hi everyone, my name is Anthony. I'm a director of ecosystem development and Thon Foundation. And our mission is quite simple. We are trying to put in crypto in every pocket, and we are doing it with Telegram with over 1 billion monthly active users. And my job is helping developers be successful, building a platform, and overseeing key verticals like GameFi and DeFi.
Hi everyone, my name is Howard. I'm co-founder of the Alio blockchain, and I currently run the Alio Labs company called Provable.
Yeah, that's amazing. Like for the main stage, right? We are talking about infrastructures, and it's our great honor to have all these leading infrastructures in this panel. And my first question would be like sort of because like all our panelists basically building the leading L1 infrastructure, right? So my first question, like, so what are the biggest like sort of like technical blockers in your like sort of infrastructure right now, and what kind of ways like sort of you use to address these sort of blockers? Like let's start with Linux. Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of technical. OKX is runs central exchanges, layer on blockchains, as well as wallet infrastructure in massive scale. So of course there's a different kind of technological blockers. But if the panel is talking about infrastructure, and infrastructure perspective, I think on OKX as a whole, we mostly we spend a lot of years tackling the scalability, the high availability of an exchange service, and moving forward, we are on the wallet side. We also able to leverage the capability that we learn from central exchange on this building a high availability, low latency exchange network. I think our current technological focus on development is probably first on how to even become more scalable and moving the Web2 experience, central experience to Web3, and also I think another major technological developments on that is how to add regulatory pieces oversight in an on-chain decentralized world. So I think that is the team in general focus at the moment.
For us, I think there's two major bottlenecks. One is actually the status and also the storage management. Because right now a lot of like data, some of them is like just fake data that they stored on the layer 1 protocols. That make the node management to be really difficult and really expensive. It's really hard to really sync the full nodes of the chain, especially for the chain like BNB chain, which have already operated for over 6 years. So there's a lot of on-chain, and we are facing up with the issues of that, making that data to be really good for other new joiners to really manage or operate the new loads in the BME ecosystem. What we are doing to resolving that problem is that we are starting researching new ways to really not just store the long-term and fake data, but just store the hot data on the layer 1 protocols. And also we are having a greenfield, which is a decentralized storage protocols, which make those, for example, metadata for NFTs not just simply stored on the layer 1 protocols, which is execution layers, but we just put them onto another separate storage protocols. That's a way that we're trying to solve the state problems. And also we are having OPBNB, which also making some of the long-chain interactions happen on layer 1 and put the final settlement to these executions layers, which is the layer 1 protocols. The second issues for us right now is actually the liquidations, segmentation issues among different chains. Because right now there is a lot of layer 1, layer 2 protocols. Every protocols have their own governance tokens and have stable coins on their chains. So a lot of projects or protocols, they are trying to issue the tokens on multi-chains, which results in fragmentations of liquidities of different assets on different chains. And right now, the bridge solutions, especially decentralized bridge solutions, not really secure. We still having the problems of, like, for example, hack some of the major decentralized bridges in the market. So we're still exploring different types of solutions, including how to combine the centralized liquidity together with decentralized liquidity through some of the solutions, like, for example, Binance Web3 Wallet, etc., to resolve this issue.
Sounds good. How about Anthony? Yeah.
Yeah, Ton is powerful by design. So we have built-in scalability. We have no issues to onboard billions of users. And for that, to achieve it, so we developed our own virtual machine, own architecture, own smart contract languages, and things like that. So it creates massive performance, but it also creates a challenge for us. First of all, developer experience. Because as a developer, you need to think differently how to build high-load applications, user-facing millions of users. So this is a shift for developers' mind. So, and this is the reason why we invest a lot into new onboarding flow for developers, new smart contract languages, new tools, better documentations, zero friction, onboarding flow. And our goal is quite simple. First of all, we want to make sure that a developer can build a Web3 mini application on Ton and Telegram just one day, not months, not weeks, so just one day. And we believe that it's going to be a next level for our ecosystem. And what is most important, we're almost there. So I'm pretty sure that it will happen in just the next 6 months. So
That sounds good.
So, in terms of Aleo, we shipped the first private ZK VM into production just last year. And one of the main technical roadblocks when it comes to infrastructure really comes around usability for a private ZK VM. There's really two areas that we've been focusing on. The first is on private state retrieval. So being able to retrieve information about your wallet or your account from the network and from chain in an easy and scalable fashion. So we've been building out, for instance, a record scanning API internally that we want to make available to developers to simplify that user journey there. I'd say a second area that we're looking at is also in terms of ZK computations to speed up the computations themselves. In a programming model like this, users can run their computations off-chain on their own machines and merely produce a proof on-chain that they ran this computation without requiring the network to re-execute. And so by nature of that, now your computation is primarily bottlenecked by the speed of your own computations. And so we've been looking into developing delegated proving APIs, thereby allowing developers to offload their computations onto services like ours, where then we can then help scale up and speed up those types of computations. Just last month, we just announced a partnership with Google Cloud, where we want to try to use these specific types of APIs to explore confidential and compliant payment systems together.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So, and then I would like to deep dive into each project, sort of your innovations. So first, Anthony, so on Ton, we all know that Ton has a very unique advantage by the integration into Telegram ecosystem, right? You probably have billion of users. And so how are you measuring sort of the user retention metrics and all these sort of users? On the other side, so apart from the currently we can see these mini apps and other things either in Ton or Telegram. So what are the new features upcoming in this Ton ecosystem? Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Ton is a unique blockchain. So because we have this access to Telegram user base, we are onboarding real people, not crypto geeks. And this changed everything because you need a different user interfaces, you need a different user experience, entirely new product and business logic because people just want to use crypto. They want to get utility. So and also we kind of have a statement. So if you need a tutorial for use crypto on Ton and Telegram, so it's broken. So first of all, you need to target real users from real world. So, and last year, I think it was a year when we proved the concept that it's possible to onboard hundreds of millions of users into Web3 space. So we did it because of games, because of social applications, and I believe that Telegram has become a largest Web3 user acquisition channel for everyone, not only for Ton, but for many projects. So, but as I said, people need real cases, need utility. And this is a reason why we care right now about retention, about real value. So for example, GameFi, so it's our main focus, but it should be fun and sustainable. It shouldn't be about crypto hunters, airdrops, and things like that. It should be more kind of real fun for users. Also, one-click DeFi solutions, so, and not for geeks, once again, for real people. And also, for example, we are going to tokenize Telegram bonds. So it's going to be a huge use case of real-world assets on Ton. It means that as a user, I will be able to share success with Telegram. So it's just a few clicks in Telegram and Ton. So another aspect that we believe is payments, crypto payments, fiat payments, everything inside Telegram. Yeah, I believe that this year is going to be huge for this sector, first of all, because payments is one of the major use cases for crypto. And of course, AI. Yeah, I believe that Telegram is a perfect candidate to communicate, interact for users with AI agents. It's quite native. And for example, Grok has recently launched a Telegram bot. And we're also going to build a seamless platform for AI developers to make sure they can access Telegram user base using Ton blockchain technologies. So, yeah, overall, so we proved that it's possible to onboard a lot of users to Web3 space. This is a kind of new thing for crypto. But what's important for us right now, just retain people, educate them properly into really meaningful use cases. It's what we are doing right now.
I see. That's
yeah, and one more thing about future announcements. Actually, we have a Ton Day event, third day of conference. Please join, because I'm not shared some big announcements right now. We prepared a lot of things for you. Just come. It's going to be huge, I believe.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. I believe a lot of users in crypto will use Telegram as the instant messengers, right? And then the other question is actually for Linux. So we all know that OKX side, one of the very competitive products is OKX wallet, right? A lot of users are using OKX wallet in this cycle, either APing into meme coins or doing a lot of these bridging services, right? So as you mentioned, right, there's so many infrastructures internally inside OKX. So what are sort of the difference when you building this OKX wallet compared to the other infrastructure in CEX? And at the same time, right now we have a lot of this kind of we call new generation wallets, right? Either they provide this very seamless user experience, or sometimes it's a keyless, right? So what are the other technical edges we have on the OKX wallet side compared to the new ones?
Yeah, when we begin the OKX wallet projects, I think we just basically believe in two things. One, we believe in a true self-custody future. The other one is we believe in we're gonna living in a multi-chain ecosystem. Back then, Ethereum is quite dominated, yeah, but we still have a strong belief it's a multi-chain ecosystem. So in this case, regardless how Web3 is going to be developed, it's going to be a product, an entry protocol for all the users that solve two things: a very friendly and easy way and similar experience to maintain a self-custody wallet. And the other one is this particular wallet need to support the current chain and all the future chain ahead. And they basically have the capability to transfer access with a one-click experience. So we build products. We build the wallet product based on these two basic principles and value. And turn out I think we make a pretty good success story in terms of product side, and everyone using just because the experience is better. And we pay a lot of costs. I think we hire at least 300 and 500 engineers just focusing on building these products alone. I think, but OKX wallet is also a very different than the other new generation wallet as well. OKX wallet is a true self-custody wallet, but it's also a wallet that carry OKX name. And OKX name is also a name for a highly regulated exchanges. So I think I think our product positioning relatively different than the other new generation wallet or new wallet per se. By say one thing, you're also maintaining a true decentralized infrastructure. On the other hand, we need to pay respect and be obligated to respect to the requirement and also expectation from global regulators. That's I think a unique challenge to OKX wallet, but probably a unique advantage and positioning for OKX wallet. So think about this. A lot of things in OKX wallet might not necessarily need to have 100% freedom to execute. But on the other hand, we can, as a wallet infrastructure as a whole, we have all the legal ingredients to integrate with payment infrastructure, banking system. So I think the positioning is relatively unique. I think that's what the OKX need to position and focus. Probably a lot of new unique challenge, but I think we got to tackle and for the industry. Say one, for example, how to execute KYC monitoring and on-chain monitoring in a self-custody wallet. Yeah. How to prevent these to happen without a single piece of KYC information. This is something that we need to solve. And we are actually, for reality, we are building system just for that purpose. But I think that's the product development that we are focusing at the moment.
Oh, that pretty like sort of new, I would say. Like sort of new concept.
It is.
Wallet.
People think about building a wallet, a self-custody wallet. You can evade from any regulatory requirement rapidly. For maybe legally it's right, but OKX is also a brand that carry expectations from global government regulators. So we need to build products and think about that beforehand. So the Congress and the Parliament will ask our local regulators and local team that, hey, I don't care, I know you're self-custody wallet, but there's still a lot of requirements that related to our law that want to impose on wallets. How do you figure it out? So we need to build something like that, or we need to work together with regulators on this front.
I see, that's pretty cool. Yeah, and then, Sarah, so brands, and because we are also building a lot of infrastructure like rollups for BNB chain, we know that recently BNB chain is moving aggressively. Like for example, I'm not sure whether audience know that for the next few months, especially exactly this month, BNB chain will do a major upgrade to reduce the block time from 3 seconds into 1.5. And in the next coming months, they will reduce further into 0.75 seconds. So it's really like sort of bold move, and I think one of the most aggressive moves like in crypto space right now to reduce this sort of block time and to reduce like these kind of MEVs. And then my question like with all these performance improvements, right? Did you see any sort of new applications or new use cases on BNB chain? And the second question after that is like we all know that there's a bunch of new like sort of ways to do this kind of TGE on BNB chain, right? Like Pancake, NDO, and also Binance Alpha. Are there any new moves on like sort of BNB chain side to support like sort of community projects? Yeah.
Thank you for like sharing the information about our tech updates to all the audience here. Yes, because actually BNB Chain's priority is really to keep improving the scalability and performance of layer 1 as well as the layer 2 protocols, because our vision is really to onboard next billion Web3 users. So by doing so, we are really offering a high TPS and lower gas fee to end users. And also, we do saw a lot of new types of dApps that is onboarding to BNB chains. Like, for example, high-frequency DeFi, especially those arbitrage any types of trading platforms, different types of launch pads, and also other advanced DeFi protocols like DeFi logos are building on top of that. But besides that, there's also a lot of others. For example, on-chain AI, because we wanted to build BNB chain as an AI first layer this year. So we do saw a lot of really talented AI builders that they're really moving their AI products on BNB chains, including AI data projects, robotics projects, AI agent platforms. There's a lot of things. And they can really do real-time data verifications on-chain by having this improved performance of layer 1 protocols directly. And also, we saw that there is some teams that are exploring doing decentralized messaging or decentralized social protocols on BNB chain as well. So which, by having the high frequencies, we can really get a low latencies issues being improved, and also really offer a seamless solutions, just as the other Web2 social apps that can do for end users. And also, besides that, we have a lot of new stablecoin that is launching on BNB chain, including USD1 that has just launched 2 weeks ago, and also we have Ethena stablecoin launching last week on BNB chains, and we have other native stablecoins that have already circulated on BNB chain. So right now, the BNB chain stablecoin circulation is around 7 billion. And we will keep doing this by having the no gas fee and even gases campaign, working with other central exchange or wallets to really educate and incentivize users to using BNB chain stablecoin to do peer-to-peer stablecoin transfer without any gas in your wallet required. That is the trend that we have already saw during this year. But what we are doing in the coming months or next years. One thing is we are trying to strengthen our solutions to really seamlessly onboarding the end users, which we will have more solutions about smart wallet to really lower down the end users barriers into Web3 spaces. And also, we will keep doing gases campaigns, and we will even upgrade the mega fuel solutions, which can potentially support all coins to sponsor the gas fees on chain, not just BNB tokens or stablecoin tokens. So if you're really building a solution that you wanted to onboard users, and you don't want users to care about any gas fees, and then you can use mega fuel solutions in the future to cover the gas fees for your users. But besides that, actually, as you mentioned right now, we have a lot of projects that's really launching their assets on BNB chain. So in the end, we do really want to prioritize BNB Smart Chain as a asset layers, which any types of assets can really launch on BNB chain, not only meme coins, but also stablecoin, just as I mentioned, and also RW assets in the futures. Any type of stock or money market fund, T-bills, etc. We want to onboard them to BNB chain, and users can choose according to their preference, whatever assets you want to trade, and you can just trade it by just holding a single address on BNB chain. And we can also have some of AI plus DeFi solutions on top of it. So AI agent in the futures can trade, among different types of assets directly on BNB chain. So we will expect more DeFi, more assets, and more trading happening on BNB chain in the coming year.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, yeah, we are definitely expecting sort of all this happening this and the upcoming year. And also Howard, I'm not sure whether the audience is familiar with Howard. He actually one of the earliest researchers in ZK. And yeah, that's also the question I have for you, right? So we all know that a lot of these crypto thought leaders like Vitalik, everyone wants to have this privacy on blockchains, right? And so far, what's the status of this kind of privacy in blockchain space, and at the same time, Elio, how you address some of the concerns we have in crypto privacy. Yeah.
I think we could spend an entire hour talking about this subject, but just to simplify and boil it down, so I think the comments that Vitalik has made about privacy, especially when it comes to things like ENS, for example, I think are very much true, the concerns there. And I think that the user journey of even money itself is fundamentally broken in crypto right now. Like if I send some USDC from my wallet to your wallet, I can now see your entire financial history, past, present, and future. And I can see and understand so much about your behavior. If you take your salary from your wallet, I can then see how much you make. If you go and spend, I can then see where you shop and how much you spend, how frequently you spend, right? This information becomes such useful data for good and bad actors out there. And so, to me, privacy is a fundamentally important component to making crypto successful. But I believe that privacy in and of itself cannot exist in a vacuum. It has to exist with compliance. And I think privacy and compliance will be intimately wedded together. When you look at private blockchains before Aleo, and I think some people online like to call it privacy 1.0, I think one of the main challenges with previous blockchains is that they didn't have private smart contracts. And what that means is you didn't have configurable compliance. You don't have compliance that is able to adhere to local laws and jurisdictions for the different jurisdictions that you want to operate in as a developer. And I think what is so important about introducing privacy is to introduce compliance alongside with it. I thought the points that actually Lennox made about having self-custody with compliance is actually it's very right. That's the right direction to think about. And I think users are going to start to see that and recognize it themselves. I think regulators are going to understand that as well. For us, we've been looking at it from our own angle, which is from verifiable credentials. So thinking about, for example, using ZK, I can prove to you any information on my passport without actually giving you all the information that I may want to feel is sensitive. So for instance, if I want to go to a website and it says you must be over 18 to go look at our alcohol collection, for instance, then I can prove to you that I'm over 18 without revealing to you my date of birth. Also, if I'm using dApps that need to adhere to, for example, OFAC sanctions policies, I can prove to you that I'm not a citizen of an OFAC sanctioned country without necessarily having to reveal to you my nationality. And I think these are powerful capabilities for applications and services to be able to adopt and integrate that provide the user much better privacy, but more importantly, a much better user journey online, that they will feel that they are not just giving over all of their data in order to be compliant. And I think verifiability and visibility are not necessarily at odds with each other when you have a technology like ZK become prevalent and available out there.
Yeah, that sounds like we already made a lot of improvements, but definitely there's more room for us to really figure out ways to put more this kind of compliant privacy into crypto. Due to time constraints, I will just ask the last question for all the panelists. We can start with Howard. So for the next, we know that it's very difficult to do prediction in crypto, right? And everything is changing almost every week, every month, right? But we are discussing about this infrastructure. So my question is so for the next 2 years, right? What are the new technology you feel like can basically have the most impact on blockchain infrastructure? It will be AI or what kind of new tech in your mind?
I mean, I'm biased to say ZK, but I'll go a little more narrow. I think there's been this rise of use case for ZK TLS, which is the ability to authenticate and prove specific information without having to reveal all of it to service providers. And you're actually starting to see this technology roll out on numerous apps that are available on smartphones today. And for financial use cases, for employment use cases, for any type of kind of citizenship identity information as well. I think that this is going to be a very powerful primitive that you'll start to see be integrated into DeFi as well. And so that's something that I'm very excited about, especially in the last year as it becomes more performant and widely available.
I see. ZK. Anthony, how about you?
Yeah, I have another perspective. I think that it's not about technology, it's more about trend. I believe that in the next 3 years, blockchain will be invisible for users. Because people have no need to know what blockchain is. They don't know what is TCP/IP protocol, right? And it's what we kind of also doing, right? Like Web3 layer for Telegram to make sure that it's kind of seamless experience for users. And I believe it will be like the next big thing for whole crypto.
Okay, it's sort of like transparent to users. Sarah, yeah.
I think it will be chain abstraction as well as AI. So which combined can really onboard users and also developers very easily on chain. Yeah.
Lennox?
I think two trends are a compliance element on chain, and the second one would be a blockchain-based OS who can operate multiple AI agents. What you call it? AI agent with blockchain element on it.
Oh, that's amazing. It's sort of like the first time I saw a panelist give different opinions on this kind of a prediction. Compliance, abstraction, and the transparency to user, and also ZK. Yeah, so it's great to have all the panelists here. Yeah, it's great to have the discussion. And yeah, that's all for this panel. And thanks for all your time. And yeah, hope to see you very soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.